to the infield with all the other countries. And, again, you're mingling with people. And one of the girls from El Salvador, she's a weightlifter. She trained at the Olympic Training Center with us on and off for the last couple years. And she was actually selected as the flag bearer for El Salvador. And yeah, she's absolutely amazing. Her name is Ava, and she found our team there and took a picture with us. And it was so cool because, she's not American. Yeah, but it's just this togetherness, we're all weightlifters and, supportive of each other. And even when she was competing at the Olympics during her session, we went and watched her and we cheered her on. She was one of us. So, but the opening ceremony was just absolutely incredible. We got back at about 2 a.m., so it was about 10 hours long, and it flew by. It seemed like, a couple hours, but it was something that I'll cherish forever. The experience of being with everybody and just over 100,000 people there. It was awesome. It was just incredible. A lot of people's families went. I know Kendrick Ferris, his mom flew over. Their community raised money for her to go. And then Melanie Roach, her husband, and then her oldest son, I can't remember if it was Ethan or Drew. Well, okay, so Kendrick's mom came. Melanie's husband and her oldest son came. Natalie Bergner, her mom came, her dad, and then her stepdad. And then my parents came and my husband. And then Cheryl Hayworth, she had mom, dad, sister, and I mean, everybody was there, and they came and they watched everybody's sessions, and they know and appreciate, even though it's not their child, they know and appreciate all the hard work that's been put in to become an Olympian. And I think one of the coolest people was Cheryl's dad. And he kept saying to me, girl, take this in, I'm so proud of you. And her dad was just so happy. Cheryl's been fortunate enough to be a 3-time Olympian, but yet he's still just so excited and such passion for the sport and just the excitement in him for the weightlifting. So like my family and Natalie's family, even though we're in the same weight class, they sat together and they cheered for us, and it didn't really, I don't think it mattered. They just were happy that we were there. And after Cheryl had gotten done lifting, everybody on the team, and some of our parents had already left, but her parents had rented a condo, and so we all went back there and we hung out that night and just enjoyed the company of her parents, and they ordered pizza from like Domino's in China. And but yeah, the family part of it is we all do the same thing. We all train hard and bust our butts, and we can appreciate that in everybody else. And I mean, you can bump into somebody and say, oh yeah, I'm an Olympic weightlifter. Oh, so am I. And then like a year later, call them up and say, hey, I'm going to be in Columbus. Can I stay with you for the night? They extend themselves, to that level that, we've got this close-knit family thing going on, and everybody helps each other out when they're in need. My family and I, one of the main things that we said after I got done lifting that we were going to do was go to the Great Wall. And there is a section in Beijing, but it's more of a touristy area. They have a Starbucks and a McDonald's at the Great Wall. And we wanted to go to an area that was, an hour or two away where there wasn't a lot of tourists there. So we got a cab and we went to a section called Beijing, and it was about an hour and a half away. One of the scariest cab rides I've probably ever had. But just driving through the country in China, Beijing, the city was done up amazing. It was incredible. But driving out and leaving, you get to see the real China and experience, the fields, the farming, the housing, everything, just the animals out in the open. So we drove about an hour and a half, and we went to Beijing, and once you get there, there's tons of people selling stuff. It's very aggressive, and they're in your face, and you're my friend, I'll give you a discount. And so it was an experience in itself. You have to experience it at least once. So to get to the wall, the section that we went to, you actually have to take a tram. So you walk up quite a bit, then you hop on a tram, and you go up the side of this mountain. And I don't like heights, but I knew this was the only time I was probably going to be given this experience. I couldn't say next week, I'm going to go do it. I had to do it then and there. Yeah, do it now. So I did it. I turned my back so I couldn't see, so I saw just the going up the side of the mountain. And then once you got there, you had to walk a little bit more. And you got on the wall and you're like, wow, this is really neat. But then you look into the distance and you see it's still going. And it's a couple thousand miles long, I believe. And it's one of those other things like the Grand Canyon. Just to see it is like, oh my gosh, no textbook will ever compare to actually being there and seeing it yourself. And we just took tons of pictures. It was actually our Christmas card this year, us, Jason and I, my husband, on the Great Wall. Absolutely incredible experience to see that and to say you've done it. The city of Beijing and just the country of China, they did not underdo anything with the Olympics. They had I heard a million volunteers